Hello? Hi. Can you guys hear me okay? How's our audio levels? Oh, let me make sure. No, I don't have any reverb on this time, right? Hi. How's everybody doing? Hello, everyone. Hi. How are you? How's it been? How's it been? Yo, guys, how's it been? How's your week been? How's your week been? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. How are you guys? Is it morning for you? Happy time zone. It's evening for me. It's 7 p.m. roughly. Can I eat the art? I don't know. You can try. It might be illegal. How are you guys? How's your week been? It's nice to see you this fine Friday evening, for me at least. How's your week been? Looking forward to the summer? Me too. Me too, it's beautiful and sunny outside. I wasn't able to enjoy it that much, but I plan on doing it probably this weekend. I hope it's really sunny this weekend. I really do, because I feel like, I get Monday off. I get Monday off because it's Memorial Day here in the States. So I get to have a whole day off. I'm probably gonna spend it reorganizing my room a little though. Yeah, today's been sad. I'm sorry. I hope I can cheer you up a little. I've had a bit of a sad week myself, I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna adjust my audio just a bit. It's maybe not too loud for you, but it's a little loud for me. Maybe 75? It's a little bit better. Good morning. Meow meow. Alright, I think we're good. Today I wanted to take you on an art date. Maybe we could peek at some Monet. You know, I've actually never been to it. I've never been to an art museum. Did you know that? I've actually never been to an art museum in my whole life. Have any of you ever been to an art museum before? I haven't. I don't know. I feel like maybe I would like it. I'm not sure though. I just realized my feet weren't on the floor. Yeah. I hate winter right now. Oh, that's so real. First time catching in ShiroNekoNya. Hi, hi. Welcome in. Hey, everybody. I know we do have a lot of new people probably because the shorts are really popping, aren't they? I hope you guys enjoy them. I'm afraid I always put my craziest moments on my shorts, but this week I'm actually taking it really easy, so I hope you guys will enjoy some more chill vibes. I know we've had quite a run of crazy shorts, but I probably will do a little bit more calm stuff. I've had a bit of a rough week myself, so I'm trying to chill. You know what I mean? I also hate winter though. I totally get it. Yeah, you had someone pass away recently? I also did. I feel your pain. Yeah. I had a family member pass away actually. I went to the funeral this last Monday, which is why I took time off. So that's why I'm feeling a little bit like having some calm and gentle streams for just a minute. You know what I mean? We can explore some Monet and maybe heal our hearts together. Yeah. Art gallery and art museum. Are those different? I didn't really think they were different, but maybe they are. Art gallery is where you'd go to show. Would an art museum be for like historical pieces probably? I would guess. Those would be for like historical pieces then. Probably like art museum would probably mean to preserve like, wouldn't Monet be an art museum and a gallery? Because it's not just showing them, you know, it would be preserving them as well, since Monet is an old-timey artist. We shall learn a little bit today, I think, about Monet. I don't know anything really about famous painters. This will be my first introduction, really. I know a little bit, like just a little here and there, but this will be my first introduction to famous historical painters, you know, like Monet or other kinds. It's kind of cool that I get to see some of this art. Like, you know, I have like a general idea of what Monet is, but I've never been able to see any of the pieces because I have come from kind of a poor family, but also a rural upbringing. So I never was in cities that would have had displays or gone to like museums because those cost money, at least here in the US. So this will be kind of fun because VRchat is giving me the chance to go and see like pieces of art that I never would get to in real life probably, at least not like soon. Yeah. Do you have a favorite artist? I don't. I don't know a lot about art, I'll be honest. So I guess this will be my first foray into expanding my boundaries. This This will be my first foray into expanding my boundaries into the art world. And then, you know, as I'm a digital artist myself, I do have a favorite artist, but she does digital art. I don't have like a favorite, at least I've never seen her do art outside of a digital medium. Mika Picasso is probably my favorite artist. She's really cool. She, for anybody who knows Hololive, I believe she did the design for Bay, the rat. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, confidential. Look at me. Born 1840? Oh, that's when Monet was born, really? Wow. That was a long time ago, right? That's like over 100 years? Am I crazy? I got one more achievement in Elden Ring. Ooh, good luck out there. Elden Ring is hard. How are you? I'm doing good. Yeah. Glad you can now. I know, right? VRchat's pretty cool, actually. I'm pretty impressed. For a roll-up being relatable. Yeah. You know how it is. Yeah. Mika Picasso Miko. She did Denonbu? I'm not sure who that is. Was that another VTuber? Yeah, Mika Picasso was really cool. I admire her art a lot. I like the like pop, like very poppy feel. I love her use of color and texture both. Obviously, she's got great composition skills, but her use of color and texture are incredible, and I'm very inspired by them. Yeah. She also did art for the newest Fire Emblem game. Really? I didn't know that. That's incredible. Wow. I knew she's really famous. She's gotten a lot of collabs now with like big industry people. So I think I'll take us over and I'll introduce you to the world here. It says, I'll read it for you. Welcome. Thank you very much for visiting Monet Gallery, the Claude Monet exhibition. In this virtual world, you can explore 68 works by the Impressionist master Claude Monet, 1840 to 1926, along with the story of his life, presented across Gallery 1 through Gallery 4. We hope that you'll follow through your own sensibilities to light color and enduring passion that Monet pursued through his career, even into his final years. That's really cool. I was very impressed when I saw this, because it's also in Japanese up there if you want to see it. Because it seems like somebody, I'm not sure if this was paid for or if it was just a passion project, but somebody put a entire gallery into VRchat so people can experience art in like an accessible way, even if they may never find it in the real world. So I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah. Yeah. I get lost in the museum because I love landscapes. I'm very excited. Because I know of is it water lilies, I think? That's like really famous by Monet. I've seen that one, so. It's a music project. Some VTubers voice those characters. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. Can you say hi and good night? Have a good stream. Thanks, Honest Snapling. Mwah! Sleep well, okay? Alright, shall we go? Shall we go? Let's see. I think we should do it, not alphabetically. We should probably go in order, because it says that it also outlines his life. So I'm assuming these are going to be in chronological order from, like, the beginning of his life to the end. So we'll start with 1 and then go to 4. 1, 2, 4. What happened to 3? Okay, let's see. So this is the description for Gallery 1. Okay, I'll read it for you. Gallery 1. The beginnings of a young artist and his encounters. Born in Paris in 1840, Claude Monet began his path as a painter through around the age of 17, inspired by his encounter with the older artist Eugene Baudouin? Let's see. This meeting would mark the beginning of his lifelong dedication to painting. Soon after, Monet met fellow artists who shared his ideals, and together they began exploring new approaches to painting, inspiring one another along the way. As they repeatedly faced rejection from the official salon, I don't know what that is. Does anybody know what the official salon is? Then considered the gateway to success for young artists. Oh, it was considered the gateway to success among young artists, but I don't know what that means. Monet and his peers sought an alternative space to present their work outside the constraints of academic tradition. In 1874, they organized what would later be known as the First Impressionist Exhibition. Oh, so they made their own exhibition. That's very brave. That's so cool. That's so cool. Are you adorable on purpose? What? It's all natural, baby. It's all natural. Gallery 1 traces the moment when a young artist first embarked on his journey, the friendships and artistic alliances that shaped him, and the birth of a revolutionary movement that came to be called Impressionism. I only know a very little bit about Impressionism. I know some art history. I took an art history class while I was in school. So, I know just a little. I know what Impressionism is. I know that Claude Monet and his peers were revolutionary for introducing it, and they made the entire movement, I believe, right? 1, 2, 5? What happened to 3, 4? That quote lives forever in my brain. Okay. So this is number 1. Was there more? Hold on, let's see. Oh no, that's... Okay, so that's a description for gallery 2. Here, wait. I'll give you a first look. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. I see... First look, I see some portraits, which is interesting. Because I thought he did mostly landscapes and stuff. So this should be interesting. This is the beginning of his art career and his life. Let's see what we can see here. I think... Let's see. I think if we follow... There's kind of a line on the floor. You can see it. If we follow that first, I think it seems like we should go around the wall and then around again to the other side. Probably. Is it going to be a test at the end? I hope not. Because I don't think I'll be able to do it. Maybe I should make a test at the end. How many times did Shiro pronounce a French name wrong? Alright, this is the first piece. Here, I'll zoom you in. Too zoomed in. Okay. What do you think? It almost looks like a photograph from this far away. But if you get closer, it's not as detailed, it looks like. Painting's almost as beautiful as the catwife. ShiroNekoNya. Yeah, the official salon is a Paris art exhibition. Really? What? You know so much. Hello. You know so much. Here, wait. I'm gonna let you absorb the... Why is it so tall? I'm gonna let you absorb the painting real quick. I'll read you the description. Let's see. Vous prise à Roves. I don't think I pronounced it very well. Wait, no, wait. Yeah? Maybe? Let's see. Alright. Let's see. Claude Monet first met Eugene Baudin when he was 17 years old. Baudin, a painter deep... Baudin? Maybe? That's literally a photograph. It's not a photograph, is it? I don't know if this is a photograph. Guys, is it a photograph? Guys, is that a photograph? I don't know. Maybe... I would assume these are all artworks because it's in the art thing. But maybe the first one is a photograph. I don't know. Let's see. No, it's a photo. It's a paint. Oh no. It's a painting. I see the red tiger. We're learning about art history today. Alright, no, it says it's a painting right over there. Here, I will read you while you look at the painting, okay? Look at it. Absorb art. It's good for you. Baudin, a painter deeply committed to working outdoors in front of nature, believed strongly in painting on plain air. On plain air, I'm assuming that translates to out in the open air, rather than within the confines of a studio. 16 years his senior, Baudin quickly recognized the young Monet's talent and is said to have offered him valuable guidance. This work was painted in a small village near Le Havre, with Monet and Baudin sitting up their easels side by side. In the sky, the clouds, and the reflections on the water's surface we already sense the quiet presence of Monet's gaze, one that would later shape the heart of Impressionism. Okay, have you enjoyed it? See, it is a painting, it is a painting. Alright, but there's more to read here. There's more to read here. Art is good for you. It expands your brain. Too early for this photo quality. Yeah, right? Wait, he was 9. Yeah, he was 18. Isn't that incredible? It's pretty cool. You just see over here, okay? Let's see. Claude Monet was profoundly influenced by Edouard Manet, Les Déjeuners sur l'herbe. Okay, I can't pronounce some of these French words, okay? Let's see. And began work on an ambitious canvas measuring approximately 4.6 by 6.4 meters. For the Americans, that's roughly 13 feet by almost 19 feet, or roughly 13 by 19 feet. That's big. That's really big. That's like, what? That's like, that's a lot of Shiros. End to end. That's like a lot of me. How big am I? Guys, do you guys remember how tall I am? I don't remember how tall I am. I have to look it up. Where's my thingy? Huh? And what's 0.73 mean? I think how many feet is, how many meters is 5 feet? 2.5? Hey, wait a second. Art is good for the mind. Art is good for the mind, okay? Oh, cat girl. Somebody in the, no, what if you guys said it was a photo? And I said, I almost believed you. It's a lot of feet. Yeah. Wait, if it's 13, that's like 2.5 Shiros by like 4 Shiros or something. No, by like 3.5 Shiros. 2.5 Shiros by 3.5 Shiros or something. That's bigger than the living room wall. Probably, yeah. Okay, wait, there is more here. Focusing on the depiction of clothing, we find that the man's garments are rendered in subdued, flat tones, while the woman's dresses... I feel like this is actually... Oh, wait, I think it's this one. I think it's this one that this is referring to. The Japanese made it a little offset, but it's actually this one. Here, wait. I wonder if I can... I'm gonna become taller. The power of anti-gravity, Shiro. So you can see better. Whee! Did you know your catwife can float? Ta-da! There you go. Here, let's see. But now I can't read it because it's too far away. This is the second piece. This is the big one. This is the big one. What do you think? The yellow dress stands out the most here. This is interesting. Yo, do you see that over on the... My head's in the way. Do you see that on the tree? Can you see the detail? Yeah, I think you might be able to see it. There's a little heart on it. Somebody like carved a heart into the tree. That's so cute. He even saw that. I wonder if these were his friends or if he just like found some people and painted them. Cats can fly. Yeah. Yeah. Cat wives can fly. Yeah. Interesting. It's so interesting because to me, these don't seem particularly... Maybe it's because we're so used to like seeing Impressionism nowadays that we don't even think about it, but they don't seem like as impressionistic as you'd expect. They're not as, what's the word? Like, they're not as like, Impressionism usually means to try and capture the like feeling rather than the distinct shapes, and like it's not like realism trying to be as accurate as possible to real life, right? But this looks so like this looks like real life to me, even though it's not as detailed as strict realism, right? But he captures everything so well that it's hard to believe that this was groundbreaking, because why did nobody try it before? Yeah. Did you know you're appreciated and cared about? Thank you. So are you. Thank you for saying that. You guys are very sweet. Yeah. Anyway, I think it looks so... I guess it's not like... You can tell it's not necessarily like strict to real life. But I like it anyway. You know? Here, let's go read the rest of the blurb on it. We have to go together. Come down with me. Ah, you're too tall. Let's see. Hi. Focusing on the depiction of clothing, we find that the men's garments are rendered in subdued and flat tones, while the women's dresses are depicted with remarkable delicacy. In particular, the seated woman's attire captures a sense of transparency, beautifully expressed through the subtle shades of pink. The exceptional sensitivity in rendering fabric and light would later culminate in Camille les Femmes à la robe verte, a painting that won great acclaim at the Salon of 1866. Oh, I see. Okay, this makes sense. Here, let us move. They're talking about the seated woman's clothing. Oh, the one with the white dress where it's a little bit transparent. Here, can we go together? It's like a little transparent around the neck and stuff. You see? Whoa! You see? Taking a look deep into the painting. You can see her like skin tone underneath of it. Interesting. To me, I would not have expected that to be new, you know? That nobody had ever tried to do that. Also, I think it gives us an interesting idea of what... Do you think that was actually skin? Like, through it? That they could see? I didn't know dresses were so scandalous back then. There's a distinct lack of cat girls. That's true. Not enough cat girls. Whew. Okay, what have we got here? Whoa. Okay, it's two different paintings. Here, I'm gonna zoom you out so you can see better. Oh, see? Two different paintings. This is interesting. Oh, no. It's like the one we just saw split up into two different canvases. That's interesting. It's just maybe so you can get a different, like, look at it. I don't know. Too zoomed out. But it wasn't uncommon in art, really? Alright, this is the next one. This is the one I thought was a little interesting because it's not a landscape, it's a portrait. Let's see. This painting depicts Camille Danseau, Monet's beloved companion, 7 years his junior and later his wife. Whoa! I didn't know Monet was married. Did you? I guess it makes sense. Oh, we're cutting off her head, the poor woman. Enjoy your neck. Outrageous, truly. And ankles? Never. Let's see. Despite the hardships of poverty, they lived side by side, and in those tender days, this work came to life. Interesting. So he was really a starving artist, huh? She had a hard life. In 1867, at the age of 27, oh, this is a full 10 years later than his first work then. Oh, roughly. Whoa! He had a child at 27! But they weren't married! Oh my gosh. How scandalous, okay? Monet welcomed the birth of his first son, Jean, with Camille, though they were not yet married. That is very scandalous. To his dear friend and the child, Frederick Bazier, Monet confided, "He is such a dear, big, and beautiful little boy, but when I think that his mother has nothing to eat, my heart aches unbearably." Oh, that's so sad. Monet's life with Camille had a profound influence on his artistic expression, and Gallery 2 would follow the landscape of the days he spent with his family. I don't think we're quite at Gallery 2 yet. Are we? I think it starts over there, so I think we're okay. We don't have to double back yet. The drama! Wife pick. Ooh, that. Wife with wife? Wife with wife? Monet's wife and your wife? Artists used to put paintings in paintings to flex. Was that what it was? Oh wait, that would be a flex, wouldn't it? Because it means you could paint their painting in your own painting. Imagine doing that and being like, yeah, that's right, I painted your painting. Ooh. I can't read these ones. Oh, this is Monet. These are Monet. These are Monet as painted by other artists. That is so interesting. Here, wait. Here, let's get closer. I'll get you closer to this one. Ta-da! This must be Monet painting roses. I wonder if this is near his, like, own home, you know? Looks like it. And then Monet painting on the water. Yeah. I wonder... Do you think that's his wife, Camille? Next to him. It seems tragic that he had a child, yet no means to support that child. It's the consequences when one follows emotional reconsideration. Maybe so. But he left an incredible legacy regardless. If people never followed their passion regardless of means, we wouldn't have stuff like this, right? Let's see. I'm assuming... So it says Portrait de Claude Monet sur son lit de malade. I think malade means like either malaise or like deathbed, I'm assuming. Debating if my extremely poor understanding of the French language. Maybe? I don't know. Your power shut off? Ooh, what? How are you watching? Monet on the Water is my favorite of these three. It's a good artistic style. It feels very impressionistic. It feels like something from that. You're right, though. I think my favorite is the roses. I like the way that he stands out very, like, aggressively from the background. But it still captures the, like, sun against the roses, it feels like. And maybe the haziness of the day. It feels like it could be summer, you know? Early summer, maybe? Yeah. Welcome in, Moth. We're absorbing art. It will expand your brain. Stick around. You need it. Oh, I've seen this one. I bet you guys have too, right? This one here? Here, wait. Oh, you know what? While I read it, I'll let you look at it. Like that. Okay, I'll read to you now. Let's see. When Camille became pregnant, Monet's family refused to approve their marriage and denied them financial support. Oh, it's because he should have gotten married first, leaving Monet in a state of deep hardship. This painting was created when Monet returned alone to his hometown, hoping to gain his family's assistance. The work beautifully captured the tranquil sea beyond the terrace and a landscape bathed in bright sunlight. The strong light softens the contours of objects, rendering them almost flat. A skillful depiction of light's transformative effect. In June 1870, Monet and Camille were finally able to marry, bringing a new chapter in their lives together. Does that mean he didn't get married until he got permission? I'm surprised. Back then, did you have to have permission, or did he just want it so badly? My brain is huge? Sure it is. Your smart fridge can't run YouTube and watch live streams with Collier. Can smart fridges do it? I've never had a smart fridge. Can they really do that? You have a soothing voice. I could take a fat nap. Yo, take a fat nap. Take a cat nap, even. Let's see. Oh, here's some information on Monet's life. I will read for you. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's a painting by Claude Monet. Am I saying his name right? Is it Cloud? 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 Or Claude? Claude Monet? Cloud. Yeah, it's our permission for most parents. Back then, you certainly don't. You don't need permission now. At least not where I'm from. Lots of people just get married without even... I mean, like, I feel like it's polite to ask your parents, I guess. Or, like, most people want your parents to approve, right? If you get married. Cat husbands, have you gotten permission? There was no law, but it was seen as scandalous to get married without permission. Let's see, as it was seen as becoming a participant in the entire family, not just with wife. I wonder what kind of person she was and why they said no. Was it because they had a child out of wedlock, or was there some other reason that they didn't want them together? Let's see. So it says, after repeated rejections from the official salon, in 1874, Claude Monet and a group of young painters sought an independent venue to exhibit their work, free from academic constraints. This became what is now known as the First Impressionist exhibition. There you go. However, this new and radical endeavor was not well received by contemporary critics. Ooh, he's making waves. Monet's work in particular drew sharp criticism. His painting impression, Sunrise, was marked in a satirical dialogue-style review by the critic Louise Leroy. Okay, well, he was just bitter over the fact that his name was Louise Leroy. That's embarrassing. Okay? He was just a sad, angry man because his parents named him Louise Leroy. Ironically, it was this critique that gave rise to the term Impressionism. Interesting. Depicting the rising sun over the port of Le Havre, the painting employed loose brushwork that fell short of academic standards, yet it powerfully embodied the essence of impression, capturing the fleeting effects of light and atmosphere. Monet's close friend, the painter Frederic Bazille, had died in battle on November 18, 1870 during the Franco-Prussian War, and thus did not live to see this groundbreaking exhibition realized. Oh. Whoa! What's happening? Am I losing... Huh? Hold on. I think my headset is disconnecting. Hold up. Let me see what's happening here. Hello, please? Please do not be weird. How strange. Hi. It's not that bad of a name? Sure, it's not. Here, wait. I'm gonna respawn at the entrance. See if that fixes things. Huh? Wonder what's happening. Hello? Can you see me? I think it's a wire thing. Hold up. I gotta check on my wires. Your 3D catwife might be causing herself problems. Are we fully connected? I think I got disconnected for a second. Or like, I think my cord was disconnecting. I pulled on it too hard. Whoops. I think we're good now. I'll have to be more careful. Ooh, I have some cool news. Sorry, a little bit of cool news that's, not this. Not art related. I wanted to tell you, I'm gonna be rearranging my room and my workspace, so I'm very excited. I think I'll have more space and like better room for VR stuff, so wow. Look at this view. It feels like something Claude Monet would have painted. A laggy video. I think we're good now. I think it was a hardware problem. I accidentally undid my thingy. Right, parents probably making sure their daughter wasn't going to be impoverished. No, his parents wouldn't say yes. That was the problem. His parents were saying no. Yeah. 3 frames was saying yeah. We sure that's what impressionism is about. Yeah. We good. We back. We should be okay now, I think. I think we're okay now. Probably. You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. Okay. Was it this one? I think it must have been this one that is the one that got critiqued by Leroy. What do you guys think? I can understand why maybe it got some critique, if this is the one. It's very impressionistic. It's much less detailed than the ones we've seen so far. Wish I could use PC over VRC, but I can't afford a cable. Oh, do you have the... what are they called? Meta? The Meta one, right? This one is very impressionistic, yeah? It's much, much more impressionistic than what we've seen before, I feel like. Yeah. Yeah. I have the valve index, so it's only usable with cord, but I didn't think I'd be moving around that much, so I didn't untangle my cord, so it's kind of a problem right now. Oopsies. Let's see. This is Impressionism. Oh, this is a description of what the Impressionism is. Okay. I'll read for you. I think it looks nice, Leroy, if that even is a real name. Yeah, his name was Louise Leroy. I think the only reason he critiqued Claude Monet is because he was angry for being named Louise Leroy. Imagine having a name like that. Double L's? What an L. He was too much of a loser for one L. He needed two. Ugh! Ridiculous. Alright, Impressionism was an art movement that emerged in France in the late 19th century. It emphasized light and color, with artists aiming to capture fleeting impressions of the moment before them through quick, expressive brushstrokes. At the time, painting indoors in a studio was the norm. However, the invention of paint in tubes made it much... What? They didn't have paint in tubes? I've only seen paint in tubes. What was painting before tubes? Was it like watercolor? Like pucks? Wait, can acrylic or not acrylic? Is oil painting in pucks ever? I've never seen oil painting in pucks. He has toy... Exactly, it's like Leroy Jenkins. Comes off quite strong. I think some of his pieces are extremely beautiful. That one is very interesting. That one is very interesting. I would call it the most impressionistic piece we've seen so far. The rest of these, I think, feel less impressionistic, necessarily. Or at least, they look more like art we'd see today. But that one specifically is very, yeah. It feels like an impression rather than a detailed painting of a scene. Let's see. Traditional painters valued smooth, polished finishes that concealed brushstrokes. Oh, interesting. So the visible strokes and loose style of Impressionist works may have seemed unfinished to them. But the word impression comes from the idea of impression, to press a feeling inward. In Impressionistic paintings, the artist's gaze and sensory experience are directly inscribed onto the canvas, allowing viewers to relive those sensations through the work itself. Oh. Alright, with that knowledge, I think we should take another look at this one. Here, wait, let's get closer. I feel like the only bad part about being in VRchat to experience art is that there is a certain amount of tactileness that you would be able to experience from impressionistic art, especially given that description, that maybe you might miss in VRchat because everything is... Well, pieces of art, unless you put a lot of time and effort into them, would be like a flat render. Yeah. This is like a flat render. There's no 3D effect that the actual painting and the paint left behind would have. So I feel like maybe a little bit of it. You can see the brush strokes, but the actual texture of the painting and of each brush stroke is lost because you're seeing it in VR. So I think there is still more value to see it in real life, you know? Because while I can imagine what it looks like with the textured effect of the paint and the brushstrokes on the canvas. I can't actually see it or experience it the way you could in a gallery. I can assume that there is depth to each brushstroke, but without seeing it, you can't really tell, you know? Yeah. Just take us to a museum. I've never been to one. Maybe. I think there is a... You know what's actually kind of interesting? I think in Seattle, like downtown... Maybe it's not downtown. I think there's like a immersive experience where it's actually projected onto all the walls, which I feel like would also do the same thing. You can't see the brushstrokes if it's a projection, but it would be cool. But it would be cool, right? Movie art stuff pretty good too. Yeah. I guess, but I think that's the thing about the impression of it, is that you have to interpret it. Whether it's muddy or if it's clear. Like, do you think this was a hazy fall day, or do you think this was a summer evening? Do you think this was in the winter, maybe? Probably not. It's supposed to be a sunset, so I guess it could be any time of the year. It just depends on what it makes you feel, right? Whoa, art. That's crazy. Here, wait. Okay. We've got some more from Gallery 1. I'm pretty sure we've got 3 more paintings. I like these ones. A couple of them are on the water, which I think is like some of his best work, probably. Or, well, my favorite. I guess I wouldn't say best work. I can't judge. Here. This one. What do you guys think? Wait, they project the art? They don't have at least the replica pieces? I think it just depends. I think the place... I think the place where it projects the art, I think it's just a special exhibit. They probably have replicas, or they might have actual pieces at a museum somewhere in Seattle. I don't know where Monet is kept. If all the pieces exist in like one exhibition somewhere in the world. Yeah. You don't know, maybe it was a small, maybe those were small, fishermen's. Lapierre! To capture the shimmering beauty of a winter landscape, Monet skillfully layered subtly varied tones of white. Amid the silence, a solitary magpie stands like a musical note on the staff, its black form bringing rhythm and contrast to the scene. What do you guys think of this one? This reminds me a lot of my childhood. When I lived in Wyoming, I feel like you'd see stuff like this a lot. Snow piled everywhere, a magpie, old fences covered in snow. It reminds me of like maybe that was a school or a church or something. A big building. I like the way he did the sky, that it's all like kind of this flat white. It really gives off that cold, like, it's probably crisp, you know, maybe mid-morning. I'm gonna frolic in there, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it really reminds me of growing up in Wyoming. I like it. I like it. I like that the shadows are a little harsher than maybe you'd expect, you know? I think cold winter sun can be very harsh on the eyes when everything's covered in snow. But it's not overly harsh, so it still feels like maybe the sun is still coming up a little bit, you know? I like it. Yeah. Maybe it's just because it's also very nostalgic for me. Alright, hold on. We've got some more color over here. I like both of these a lot. I really like these ones. La Grenouille. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing. And yeah, La Grenouille. Wait, there are 2 photos of the same place. It looks like taken maybe were painted at different times. I would assume. Let's see. Ooh, interesting. come down and I will read you the description. It says, all that remains today of this painting is studies. What? The completed painting was rejected by the Salon in 1870 and was unfortunately lost during World War II. Oh, interesting. So these are both by people other than Monet himself. These are just studies of his original painting. That's really cool, though. Not that it was lost, but that people studied his paintings like that. It's kind of how, like, we'll do art studies today. We'll try to replicate somebody else's artwork in an effort to, like, become a better artist. I did a study recently of somebody's art. Ah, I feel like I'm following the time-honored traditions of my forefathers. Looking at snow can hurt sometimes. That's so true. Oh, this is my first stream of Sophie Shorts, though. Welcome in and enjoy this stream. We're looking at art today. I'm enjoying an art museum for the first time through the medium of VR. Be salty. Have you tried it? Have you tried the yellow snow? Have you tried the yellow snow? So brave. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. These two works were painted side by side in 1869 by Claude Monet and Pierre-Auguste Renoir as they set up their easels in front of a floating cafe at the Seine. Seine? Is it the Seine or the Seine River? Seine? Here, wait. Let's see. I'll let you absorb. Let's see. Many art historians consider this collaborative session a symbolic moment marking the birth of Impressionism, a milestone that continues to be celebrated today. Wait. Interesting, okay. Let's see. When comparing the two paintings, one can see how Renoir captured the lively bustle of people gathered at the riverside, while Monet directed his focus toward the shimmering water in the foreground, filling much of his canvas with its reflections and light. Both works were painted using the technique known as divisionism, or broken brushstrokes, in which small strokes or dabs of different color were placed side by side on the canvas. This allows the viewer's eye to blend the colors optically, rather than relying on physical mixing, a hallmark of impressionistic landscape painting and a defining departure point for the movement. Oh, that's interesting. Let's get closer and take a look at what that means. Oh, I guess so. When you get closer, I don't know if you can tell, but it really is just different brush strokes. It's not actually blended color. Huh. From far away, it looks so realistic through reflections. That's actually really incredible. That's beautiful. I never would have realized that if I wasn't reading the descriptions to you. That's so interesting. So this one must be the one by Monet. But it says below it that only studies remain, so I'm not entirely sure if this is actually by Monet or what. And then this one is the one by Renoir. And you can see he did focus more on the people. That's so cool. Oh, are there people swimming too? Do you see that? There's like people swimming. He really caught a lot of the bustle. That was very, very accurate. That's so crazy that mix. Yeah, it's just brush strokes when you get closer. It's kind of crazy. Cause like from back here, it doesn't look like that at all. Huh. Let's see. Yeah. Computer coffee. That so is the vibe. No. Yeah. Fancy stuff. It is very fancy. Wow, it really gives me, even though it's just in VR, it really gives me a respect for the work and the technique that goes into it. Because I don't think I would have ever put that together in my head. That's so interesting. I have to say, although I enjoy this piece for the way it captures like the people, I like seeing a snapshot of a moment like that. I like the one that is by Monet better because I like the use of color. He really was masterful at capturing the lighting because you can tell that it's bright and vibrant. It's probably quite warm, I would say, or like a spring day, summer day. But everything in the foreground is shaded, so you can tell behind you is probably trees, right? So we're on the shore, just like across the water, it would probably be shaded. Let's see. I can't see the vision as I'm in the water, right? Now that I know it's there, I'm like, ooh, interesting. It's like one of those, do you remember those books that had like pictures in them, but only if you looked hard enough? I was always really bad at seeing those, but now I feel like I can see them. Do you remember those? Like they'd be like really difficult for me. I can never figure it out. Yeah. That's so interesting. Okay, let's go into gallery 2. We've seen everything in gallery 1. I'm gonna go back out the door and then read the excerpt here on the gallery 2. Wow, what a beautiful setting. The really cool thing about VRchat is that it allows you to make an informational and interesting experience like this, but then set it in this beautiful, like, completely unrealistic and ungrounded in reality setting. But it's so beautiful, right? I love it. I love it. Alright, come with me. We gotta go. No more flying cat. Alright. I will read it for you. Let's see. Monet captured... Let's see. Ooh, it's really big. Monet captured the rapidly modernizing city of Paris with the vivid colors and sharp sensitivity unique to Impressionism. The hustle and bustle of crowds, the pulse of the city. He brought it all brilliantly to life on canvas. In 1871, at the age of 31, oh, he's still... Wow. It seems like such a short time, but it also has been... He started when he was so young. It's been like... Now he has like over 10 years of experience, right? Monet moved to the small village of Argentois. I don't know what that means. I don't know how to say it. Where he began to paint the quiet, intimate moments of life with his wife Camille and their son Jean. A sunlit garden, a family lunch, a hat stirring gently in the breeze, as seen in Woman with the Parasol. These scenes glow with the peaceful joy of a contented life rendered in soft, luminous light. And yet, at the end of Gallery 2, a single quiet painting awaits, the place through which Monet's brush ultimately led him. In this gallery, we follow a painter's journey through deep love and the quiet approach to inevitable loss. Oh gosh, is this gonna be sad? Why is everything sad? Oh no! Alright. Wow, these are beautiful. I can already tell. I can already tell they're really pretty. So here are some initial paintings where he's capturing the city. As you can see. I see on this side, it looks like a busy town square and some kind of celebration on that side. Maybe the end of a war, perhaps? Yeah. Just like bringing us to you. It's true. Yeah, the cards that could only be seen in a certain angle. Yeah. You're the only one in your family that could see the pictures, really? I could never see them. I could never see them. Here, let's take a look at this one first. Let's see. It's interesting how 3D mesh make it wavy in all directions, not accurate water. Physics depiction? Huh? I don't know what that means. It's interesting how Impressionism can capture the vividity of perception more than even realism can, highlighting the interior hidden beauty and perspective lenses that influence how we see it. It's true. What was flags as a parade? Yeah, I wonder if it's like a victory parade. Because I know that there was some like pretty... Well, there was the... What was the war that was said before? The Franco-Prussian War? So that was one. This might be heralding the end of that. I guess we'll have to find out. Let's see. Okay. Enjoy art. I will tell you about it. This work depicts a view of the Boulevard des Capucines as seen from the window of the building that would later host the first Impressionist exhibition. Monet created 2 paintings of the same vantage point around the same time, one of which was actually exhibited at the Impressionist show. Visitors to the exhibition at the time would have seen a remarkably similar scene unfolding outside the very window next to the painting. Wow, that would have been so cool to like see the painting and then look out the window and see the same thing and be like, oh, that's such an interesting and wise way to use an exhibition. I feel like that's so cool because it gives a level of like interactivity to the experience that you wouldn't get otherwise. You know? Let's see. Interesting. Oh, below it are some quotes by people. I'll read them for you here. Let's see. Only be so good as to tell me what these innumerable black tongue lickings in the lower part of the picture are. That's Louis Leroy's talking off his ass again. Stupid guy. He's talking about this one. He's talking smack. Okay. Look at me, Manny. Hi. Oh, and thank you, Alt F14. Alt F4. Thank you so much for becoming a part of the cool cats. Mwah. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your members content. I've been doing, well, I intend to keep it a regular series, but for members content, I do, bedtime stories. I release an hour of reading a week, to help you get to sleep. Stop talking, and right now we're reading Dune. I'm enjoying it a lot. The first time I ever read Dune, I ran through it really fast, so this is giving me the opportunity to really absorb it. It's good. I hope you like it. And of course, your emotes. And of course, your emotes too. This is a Leroy hostile channel. That's right. I'm hostile to Leroy. Louis Leroy. Double L, man. Double L Leroy. However, at the bottom was a much nicer comment left by somebody. Let's see. Never has the amazing animation of the public thoroughfare, the ant-like swarming of the crowd on the pavement, and the vehicles in the roadway, the movement of the trees and the dust and the light along the boulevard, never has the elusive, the fleeting, the instantaneity of movement been caught in its incredible flux and fixed, as it is in this extraordinary sketch. It does feel busy, right? It really does. Full Metal Boomba! Damn, that's a sick name. Thank you, and welcome into the Cool Cats. I think I'm gonna rename you guys to something else someday. I picked Cool Cats on a whim, but I feel like it's not good enough, so maybe I'll host a name suggestion poll or something. Anybody got recommendations? Who's Leroy? What did Leroy do? Louis Leroy critiqued Claude Monet, and he said a bunch of mean stuff. And I think he was just angry about having a funny name, so he thought he had to be mean to people. Even if my face says I'm mad, I'm still adorable. Say that to my face. Say that to my face. You think this is adorable? This is a face of a cat that will bite you. It's a good Queen song. Bohemian Rhapsody? Or are there what other Queen songs are there? Leroy? Oh wait, there is a song with Leroy in it. I don't know what it is though. I'm not a musical, guys. Here, look. Jan Jan. This one, Parade. I wonder if it is. So let's see. What is it? Countless strokes of color vividly capture the movement of the crowd and the fluttering of flags. The energy and cheers of the citizens seem to fill every corner of this canvas. In 1878, the Exposition Universelle was held in Paris, where Japanese art drew widespread attention. The influence of Japanisme is spelled Japonisme. Japonisme. From this period is also evident in La Japonaise. I don't know what that means, but it is really fascinating. So this is capturing the Exposition Universelle. I've heard of that. I've heard of that before, but I don't know if I remember what it actually is. Does anybody know? Cool cat. Call us Grace. No! You guys want to be Grace? That's not what I thought. That's not what I thought I'd hear. I didn't think I would hear that. You guys want to be Greg's now? Greg's is part of the lore officially forever. It's never leaving. Whoa, hi. Hello. Got a little bit close and personal with me, didn't you? Whoa, personal space. Okay. Let's see. Oh, these are both capturing train stations. Maybe the same one? Let's see. Le Gare Saint-Lazare. Le Gare Saint-Lazare arrive d'un train. Probably the arrival of the train at whatever this is. Please don't cause Greg's will cry. Moth will cry. We can't do Greg's. I wouldn't want to make Moth cry. Our Greg. Alright, let's see what we have to say. This one is the arrival. Yeah. This work was part of Claude Monet's series of 12 paintings depicting the Gare Saint-Lazare. In this series, Monet repeatedly captured the railway station, a symbol of Parisian industrialization and modernity, from various angles and at different times of day. He vividly portrayed the glass and iron architecture, a bold innovation of the era. Several paintings from the series were exhibited at the Third Impressionist exhibition in 1877. And a quote from Émile Zola, "Here people will hear the roar of trains rushing in and see the smoke swirling through the vast train shed. The artist must find poetry in the station just as their fathers once found it in the woods and the rivers." Sometimes, I think it's really cool. Paintings like this make me wish I could experience this. You know? You'll never really be able to experience that moment back before electric cars and the automobiles that we have now, back before freeways, back when train travel was the most, like, common way to travel, back when this was a symbol of modernity and industrialization. But, like, I wonder what it smelled like, you know? Like, those are probably coal-powered trains. I sometimes wish I could experience just a moment. I like this one a lot. I bet it was dirty and stinky, but I still wish I could experience it, you know? Yeah. We got Thomas to take it. Oh, so close to. Yeah, that's a really. I don't know. But yeah, I like the bustle of life back then. Also, I really like this era of clothing. I have a lot of classic pieces of Lolita that are similar. Japanese J-fashion that take inspiration from this time period. Women's clothing was beautiful. I really like the intricacy of everyone's lives at this point. Alright. Now we've got some of the pieces from his daily life. Looks like his wife and child here. And then wife, child, and maybe mother. And it looks like a maid in the background on that one. Cool trains, yeah. I'd love to see the world back then, but I'm glad I'm in the generation I'm right now because of how far we've come in life. That's true, yeah. Things are better now, and you know, I wouldn't be able to do any of the things I do now if I had been born back then. I wouldn't be able to make art, for example, because it was a men's profession. At least not, like, to the extent that I do. There's a lot I wouldn't be able to do, but still, if I could go back in time and experience it and just, like, taste the food, smell the air, look at the sky, it would be so cool. Sometimes paintings make me think that. Romano Boomba, thank you for the super. Thank you for the 5. Do you use your Twitch much, or do you just use YouTube for streaming? I'm now fully a YouTube streamer. Yeah. I am fully a YouTube streamer. I used to be on Twitch, but I realized that I kind of had to pick one, at least at first. because I needed to put my full ass into it. I couldn't half-ass my full effort into one platform because it's a lot to balance both. So, yeah, more like professions for men. Okay, well, yeah. Not that I have anything against being a pampered stay-at-home wife, but that takes money. We all gotta work for a living in this here day and age. Let's see. Monet painted his eldest son, Jean, born to his beloved wife, Camille, with deep affection. The tender gaze of a father is clearly reflected in the way he captured Jean's innocent childlike expression. The blue ribbon, the red drum-like toy that is held in his left hand, and the yellow pinwheel. Each adds a vivid accent to the canvas, bringing a quiet scene to life with delicate touches of color and light. So pretty. It is interesting seeing him paint people that he loves. I wonder if this is his wife or like the nanny. You know, probably wife, because I bet someone of his like financial position probably wouldn't be able to hire a nanny. I'd guess. That'd be my guess. Oh, look at this. We have two paintings. We have a painting here, which shows them at breakfast, and then a painting here, which looks like his kid was sick. Yeah. Miss ShiroNekoNya, why do you kiss us? Not complaining, just curious. Reparations for losing. No! I give kisses away. You get kisses for, I give a kiss for supas, and I give a kiss for, members and gifted members, one each, and then I also will sometimes kiss people goodnight if they're good. And if they're good. And if I think they deserve it. Yeah. But Chad gets a kiss whenever people gift supas or members, because you deserve it. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna redo. Listen. Let's see. This work, along with the Grenouillère, was rejected by the Salon in 1870 and was later exhibited at the first Impressionist exhibition. The child seated in the chair is believed to be Monet's eldest son, Jean, while the standing woman is thought to be his wife, Camille. Oh, interesting. The doll lying beneath the chair also appears in Jean Monet and Dormy, and may have been Jean's bedtime companion. Oh, interesting. So this smaller painting, it looks like, may have just been his kiddo sleeping. He had very red cheeks. Unless in dormy means dead and not sleep. I wouldn't know. I'm good. I don't want to kiss. Okay, maybe if you're good for the rest of the stream. Yeah. Yeah. Because we help support. It's true. You do help support me. It is true. I'll be buying more body tracking in the future. That's my goal. That's my goal. All donations will go to better VR setup in the coming days. But it'll take a little bit because they're each kind of expensive. Whew. VR stuff is so expensive. I currently have the most basic setup. So he's so red. I don't like it. I think this is the first one where I'm like, I don't like it. So red. He looks like he has a cold. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's take a look at these ones here. There are a couple here that are, it looks like of his wife and kid. Yeah. Let's see, Madame Monet and her son. Yeah. Madame Bomba. Thank you for the second super. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Again, I wasn't sure where to sub. Been subscribed for a few months now. I've been loving your content. Wasn't sure where to sub to. Oh, I see. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, no. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your members content. And also, yeah, everything, I don't think I'll go back to Twitch anytime soon. I don't think that there's a big enough audience that I would want to appeal to. I think YouTube has the audience. Nope. You guys are here. I know maybe some of you would maybe prefer Twitch, but I think the majority of people who watch my videos and stuff are used to YouTube streamers, maybe because they're, you know, used to like Hololive or other like corporate streamers. So yeah, I'll probably stay here. It's easier to handle one platform at a time too. I tried to do multi-streaming for a little bit. It's genuinely quite complicated. Like, it's not complicated in terms of like the tech, but it's complicated to balance 2 different chats. Yeah. Yeah. I'm paying for Twitch. That's not surprising. Yeah, that's not surprising. I like this. I like the top one better, actually. This one is interesting. It really captures the brightness, I feel like, of the day. I also like that there's a chicken in this one. That's nice. I like that he thought enough to capture the chicken. But here, let's look at the top one. I like this one a lot. I like the way... I like how lush it looks. It looks really lush and like very calm. I wonder if this was a gardener? They say that like they weren't very well off, but if they had a nanny and a gardener, I feel like that's like more well off than the average American. Well, these streaming seems like a nightmare. You know, I think if you get it set up and you never touch it, it's probably fine. But then the moment you touch stuff like that, it feels like it breaks. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't speak Japanese. But thank you so much for the akasupa. Thank you for the akasupa. Here, wait. Let's see. Wonder if I can... Nope. Yeah. Heard there are things to merge, but I don't know. You can kind of blush for the win. Could very well be at a friend's house, considering broadcast. That's true, he could be. Maybe he visited somewhere. Maybe this is actually a park too, it could be. You know, they used to keep ducks in parks because they like help keep mosquitoes down and stuff. So maybe this isn't even his house or like his stuff. Here, wait. I'll read my akasupa. Hold on. I'll do some translation. Enjoy the art for a second. I'm gonna read. Alright. Yay! It's been a while since we last had a live show. Midori Marimo's PC broke, so I'm here to help out. I really love coming up close and chatting with her. Good luck, Shiro. Shiro Peak. Oh, Midori! Hello, and welcome in. And my headset... Ah! Whoa! I'm so far away from you all of a sudden. Hello. I'm very close. Hi. Thank you so much for the akasupa, and I'm glad you're here and that you can enjoy. I'm sorry, my Japanese obviously needs work on. That's very great. Oh, thank you, Helios, for the translation. That's really helpful. That's a pinky, not an aka? Wait, is there a difference? Is there a pink one? I just thought there was only red. I assume all of them were the same color. Pinky super. Whoa, sorry, I'm a little too close. Let me give you some space. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, let's move on to the next one. I really like this one. Ooh, I like this one a lot. Look at how pretty. Oh. It's so pretty. Oh, she's reading a book. I love the way the dappled sunlight was caught over her over her dress and over the leaves. That's so, so pretty. Wow. Pink is 50. Oh! Yo! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted member. Thank you so, so much. Arigato. Arigato, arigato, arigato. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 gifted. I really appreciate that. I hope everyone enjoys their member content, and I hope you enjoy your new emotes. Please use them a lot. It's a really pretty one. It's so pretty. Yeah. Japanese sugar daddy. I didn't. Oh yeah, but also to talk more about the like Twitch versus YouTube. I'm still not 100% familiar with everything YouTube, as you may have noticed by me not knowing the difference between the two supers. I don't actually know what each one is. Now I know that pink is 50 and red is 100, and yeah, I don't know anything else. I have to go though. Have a good rest of your night, okay? Sleep well, or have a good rest of your day. And thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. Yeah. I still don't know everything about YouTube, like how it kind of works. So I'll learn. I figured I'd just learn over time, but to me, everything is exceptionally amazing. So. She has a YouTube cat now. I'm a YouTube cat now. Yeah, I used to be ShiroNekoNya on TTV. As I think Moth said, I just recently changed my name to where all my handles are ShiroNekoNya_EN because somebody took the handle ShiroNekoNya already. It's one person. They don't even have a YouTube channel. It's so annoying. So. Yeah. Yeah. Orange is 20. Heels. Thank you for the 20. Thank you for the orange super. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me in such a generous way. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna teach you now about art. The woman reading beneath the dappled sunlight is thought to be Camille, Monet's wife. Sunlight filtered through the trees cast shimmering patches of light on the ground, and her dress poetically capturing a serene and intimate moment of domestic life. This work was exhibited in the Second Impressionist exhibition and received high praise from Émile Zola. Amelie, I think. Oh, and down here is what Émile said. Emile? The landscape is bathed in sunlight, and above all, one must not forget the portrait of the woman dressed in a gown speckled with large spots of light. Yeah. What are you guys doing? Alex, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the 10. Okay. Orange is 20. Yellow is 10. Pink is 50. Aqua is 100. Got it. Yellow 10. Got it. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me. Thank you both. You guys are very sweet. No more. It's okay. It's okay. Did you know I make ad revenue? Not very much, but it's so exciting. I showed my grandma a couple weeks ago. I was like, I made actual ad revenue for the very first time. She was so proud. Oh, this one is very impressionistic. This one is very, very impressionistic. This one doesn't have as much details as some of the others. Even the faces of the people are more like... They're less detailed. They have less facial features captured. Let's see. Sure, make you like a bandit. I'm a bandit. You gotta learn somehow. I will memorize it so you don't ever have to teach me again. Let's see. In 1871, Monet moved to Argenteuil. Hey now. I wish I could live in some of these paintings. Also, I'd like to be grateful for... Alright, Gus Bunker, you're grateful for now. Thank you for the 20. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I appreciate it. I think I'll be able to add my, 1, 2, 3. My 4th Vibe tracker very soon because of you guys. So thank you. Although, I think... Well, we'll see. Vibe is minty. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the 5. Thank you for VTuber. 5 is minty. Okay. 5 is minty. Yellow is 10. 20 is orange. Pinky is 50. And red is 100. I got it. I got it. I know now. Did I ever tell you about the time that I accidentally gifted 20 to Sheena twice? I gifted her 20 to tell her thank you for like, I think I made like a piece of art or something, and she like had seen it. I said I gifted 20, and then I gifted another 20, and then she was like, thank you, and it was so awkward, and I felt so embarrassed because I felt like maybe she, yeah, I feel like maybe she thought I was trying to be annoying, but it wasn't on purpose. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you once, but then, so then I accidentally I was like, well, you deserve $40, but like, I didn't mean to be annoying. The 5 is not. Yo, Savvy, thank you. Blue is 1. I got you. Thank you, Savvy. Thank you for the blue super. Somebody person show what color everything after 100 is. What? After 100? No, it's okay. It's okay. Isn't it all red? Is it not? Alright, listen. No more. I'm going to read you the description on this painting. Okay. In 1871, Monet moved to Argenteuil, where he continued to work until 1878. Okay, so 7 years. This painting was exhibited at the first Impressionist exhibition. 2 pairs of figures, a mother and child, are depicted, arranged diagonally across the composition. So, mother and child, are they the same, I wonder? The left half is dominated by vivid reds, while the right half features bluish-green tones, creating a striking contrast in color. The figures in the foreground are thought to be Monet's wife, Camille, and their 6-year-old son, Jean. So that's these 2 here. And the straw hat woman worn by Jean also appears in the luncheon, and the woman with the parasol. There are 2 interpretations of the pairs depicted in the painting. Some suggest they are 2 different mothers and children based on their differing clothing, while others believe they may represent Camille and Jean at 2 separate moments in time, layered within the same scene. Oh, that's interesting. It would be interesting if they were the same, if it was both Camille and Jean, because that means he like painted them from memory and put them in the same scene, which I would say is very creative and interesting. I wonder if people did some stuff like that at the time very often. But I think it's more likely that they're just like friends or something, right? Maybe they were already there. Yeah. Yeah. You're adorable. Aw. She acted so awkward afterwards. Though. She was like, thank you. Like she sounded so silly. She sounded annoyed. One is blue and you can't put a text on it? Oh really? Yeah. I was just trying to support, but yeah. I'm crying, never watching it again. She sounded so like, okay. Like that's what that's what she sounded like. I was like, oh no. Now I'm coming off as like a fanatic fan. I'm so annoying. Can't see it. Only goes up to 500 Oz. Oh, we're in Australia. So breathtaking to see the art is nice too, I guess. Oh, you. Oh, you. You're so sweet. Alright, shall we move on? We took a minute. But there's 3 paintings here. Wow. Okay, let's see. I'll get you kind of a look at all 3. Ooh. 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 Okay. All 3 paintings, yeah? Or I'm in the way no matter what I do. Oh, there we go. Woo. Oh, this one is someone in a kimono, it looks like. Or maybe? Yeah, it says Japan on the wall, so that must be a kimono. And then we've got like a like some sort of tea time here. And then on this side, a woman and child among the rose bushes, I think. Yeah, let's get closer. Whee. The distortion on the... Hi. The distortion on the zoom out for the VRchat camera is so silly, I think. Whoa. Sorry. My handset is bugging. I think we're good now. I ended up scooting really close to one of my walls. You're just getting $40. It's because I sent it twice with the exact same message. She might have thought that I would refund one of them. So maybe she was like, that's annoying. That like it looks like I was sent. I don't know. It made her read it twice. So maybe she was annoyed by that. I don't know. I felt awkward. Let's see. Camille, Jean, Monet, Jardin des Argentois. So I think it's Camille and Jean in the garden in a toile. Yeah. Argentois, I mean. In contrast to Camille, who raises both arms in a playful pose, their eldest son Jean lies on the ground, looking a little bored. This painting captures a peaceful and warm moment of family life in the garden. Jean, Camille. That's cute. He must have loved his wife a lot. Like, so much. It's interesting, because it proves maybe that he was really a family man. Which isn't exactly, not that it's surprising, but it is like, I feel like you often envision like an artist and painter as someone who's not as grounded solidly in like a family and raising a family, but I think that's really touching and sweet. Yeah. We had a lot of funny Shiro frames from it. There's a hot lady in this photo. Okay. Yo, Dante, hi. We're learning about art today. Old art. In the garden of the first house where Monet lived in Argentois, young Jean plays quietly by himself after lunch. Bathed in sunlight, the scene exudes a gentle sense of stillness and a serene feeling of happiness. Yeah. I think so too. It looks really happy. I do like the sunlight a lot. I like that you can see Camille again in the background there. That's neat. Yeah. Yeah. UFC training? What's that? Look at the baby's face. Wait, which one's his or his? I feel like this one is better than some of his other paintings of Jean. Some of his paintings of Jean make him look a little terrifying, honestly. Yeah. Look at all the white lead. True, all that white lead paint. I guess maybe it's good that I'm not seeing it in person, huh? I would be too tempted to lick it. Just kidding. I would never lick real art. That's disrespectful. Obviously, I wouldn't. I wasn't even tempted. I don't know why you're saying that. Anyway, why would you bring that up? That's crazy. A normal person wouldn't lick lead paint art from a painting by Claude Monet, obviously. Hey wifey, hey Jared. We are enjoying great art. I hope you will also enjoy. This one is La Japonaise. In the latter half of the 19th century, Japan opened its borders and a flood of artworks and crafts captivated the French public. Impressionistic painters were also deeply influenced by Japanese art and aesthetics, especially ukiyo-e. In this work, a vibrant array of colors blends and dances across the canvas, creating a dazzling sense of joy and festivity. It was exhibited at the Second Impressionist exhibition, and amid the height of Japanisme, sold for a very high price. Wow. He was a weeb just like us! Oh, me and Climate have way more in common than I thought. We're both weebs. We're both weebs. I would never lick. I would never lick. Only bite. Yeah. I like when people can't paint babies and they just look off like small adult faces. Yeah. Did you ever see that TikTok series? It's like, is that a baby or a tiny adult man? weebs, but oh, the first weebs! The French were actually not that bad because they were the first weebs. Incredible. They're just like me for real. Where are the anime eyes? The big anime eyes. I feel like that wasn't a thing until like manga and stuff, right? Okay, I think this is the famous one. I think this is the famous one. This is the woman with the parasol. This is the one that was like the one he is super well known for or whatever. Yes? Yeah. Oh. I see why people really like it. It really gives a feeling of wind. It feels like the wind and the sun is really evident in this one. I see it. I will read it for you, okay? Yeah. Not until Betty Boop do we get anime eyes. Bathed in sunlight atop a green hill, this work captures the fresh, gentle breeze of Argenteuil and stands as a masterpiece symbolizing Monet's tranquil days there. Composed from a dramatic upward angle, Camille's face, veiled and backlit, appears fleeting and mysterious, adding a poetic depth to the scene. 3 years later, in 1878, Camille gave birth to their second son, Mitchell? Her health gradually declined, eventually making it difficult for her to go outside. Once able to walk with her family, she came to sit quietly on a bench by the roadside, watching her children play from a distance. I see. This one is really beautiful. I like the way that the veil on her face is captured too. Oh, there's like a there's like lighting mist here. His wife is graduating. I think there's different meanings to graduating. Does graduating really mean dying? Yeah, I like this one. I do see the appeal for this one. It does feel windy. I really do like the way the veil over her face is caught. Especially. Yeah. It's very interesting. Man, he must have loved his wife so much. Here, let's see. There's these two paintings too. The contrast between the interior shadows and the bright outdoor light enhance the view beyond the window. Oh, that one's talking about this one. Let's see. The artist returned to the composition about 10 years later to paint another figure portrait. I see. So 10 years later. I'm not sure if Monet did these two, or if they were studies, maybe? Not sure. Or if he came back and tried to capture the moment through older eyes, perhaps. Yeah. Very interesting. And then we have this one. I like this one. Capturing through the window like that is interesting. The contrast between the interior shadows and the bright outdoor light enhances the view beyond the window, making it all the more striking. The white curtain-covered window serves almost like a picture frame, subtly enclosing the landscape. Monet kept this work close to him throughout his life, never parting with it. Oh, interesting. I wonder why this one meant more to him than some others. If it was a specific moment that he thought a lot of. Interesting. Yeah. She got the 5 mile per hour wind. Oh my gosh. Bebo. Alright. Now we have two more before the last one in this exhibit. We have another winter landscape. This is beautiful. I really love the way that it almost looks pink. Like maybe it's just at dawn. Being captured just at dawn or something like that. I really like this one. Yeah. I really like this one a lot. Let's see, what does it say? The winter of 1879 was exceptionally harsh and so cold that the Seine froze over, according to the records. In the works Monet painted during this time, a cold palette steeped in silence and sorrow seems to quietly reflect the emotional isolation that he was experiencing. That's interesting, because to me, I wouldn't exactly read emotional isolation. Well, maybe. Maybe that. Maybe isolation, solitude. It's really interesting. I like the way this one feels. It feels very cold. It feels like winter, yeah. Yeah. Are you liking his paintings? I am. I really like landscapes. I was surprised to see so many figures, like portraits and stuff, because I didn't know he painted people. I didn't know he had such a rich history, or they had a family. Actually, I didn't really know anything about it. I've only seen his landscapes, so to me it is really interesting seeing how much his love for his family reflected in his works. It's very beautiful that he captured stuff like his own feelings as well as these landscapes. I like this one a lot. Spring, perhaps, I think? Here, let me read the excerpt and we'll find out. Between the end of 1879 and the beginning of the new year, temperatures rose suddenly and the thaw began. At 5 a.m. on January 5th, I was awakened by a thunderous roar. Looking out into the darkness, I saw white masses of ice breaking apart outside the window. The Seine River, right? Sign? had finally given way. The chaos lasted for over 2 hours before stillness returned. When I stepped outside with the children, a breathtaking scene unfolded before us. Its beauty gripped my chest and left me breathless. Oh, so there was like a sudden, unseasonable, warm spring. How beautiful. Imagine that you see an entire, river break apart in ice. I bet it was really loud. I've never seen that before. Yeah, that is really interesting. I like this one a lot too. Oh, I see. These two pictures we just saw are the same perspective, but at different times of year. Or right as the snow. So that's the snowy, and this is with it thawing. That's so cool. Wow. Was he able to make a living off of that? Off of this? And then this is the last photo in gallery 2. It's a sad one. It's a painting of Camille in death. This morning, my poor wife passed away. Now it's just me and our poor children. And I don't know what to do. There's one thing I must ask of you. Would you kindly go to the pawn shop and retrieve her pendant? It was her only keepsake, and I want to place it around her neck before we say our final goodbye. Camille Monet, sur son lit de mort. On September 5th, 1879, Camille passed away at the young age of 32. She was so young. Wow, after seeing how much he loved his wife, it must have been extremely hard for him to lose her. I wonder how hard it was to paint this after loving her so deeply. Yeah. Yeah. Most depressing lives. Maybe. I feel like artists back then, probably, especially. Let's see. There's another bit of text here. Looks like something that he wrote himself. At the bedside of the woman I had once loved with all my heart, I found myself mechanically recording the changing colors that death was adding to her now motionless face. It is only natural to want to preserve the final image of someone who is about to leave us forever. But at that moment, what moved my hand was not the desire to capture her likeness, but the sheer shock of the colors themselves. That's an interesting last thing to say. I guess he was quite the artist because rather than being motivated by the wish to capture her for the last time, he was fascinated by the colors that changed her body. That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. Is that the one of Window Glass painting we have before death? It might be. I think that would make sense why he kept it so close to him. That it was his probably most vivid memory of her. Probably something like that, right? Dang. But there are 2 more galleries. So I guess, even though his love and like his wife has passed away, he continued painting. So let's go look at what else we've got. So we've got galleries 3 and 4. We've got a cute little display here that the VRchat world has. Very pretty. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Hi, Timmy. Welcome in. This one is one that's interesting. This is the time he spent drawing. This is what I'm most familiar with. I'm very familiar with his like water paintings the most. So I'm excited for this one. Let me read the intro to Gallery 3. Gallery 3, the area of serious paintings toward the water lilies. In the late 1880s, at the age of 48, Monet began to fully devote himself. Come down here with me. Monet began to fully devote himself to creating serious paintings, works that depict the same motif under different times of day and varying light conditions. In series such as Grain Stacks and Rome Cathedral, he sought to capture the fleeting changes of light in atmosphere, fixing them onto canvas with extraordinary sensitivity. This pursuit would eventually lead him to water lilies, culminating in a monumental pictorial world built over the course of his life. The works presented here are a record of a painter's relentless experimentation, his lifelong challenge to the very act of seeing. Guided by light and time, we invite you to experience the world as seen through Monet's eyes. Wow, okay. I'm stoked. Let's see. Whoa, he was 50. At the age of 50 in 1890, Monet created a series of 25 paintings featuring grain stacks. With this series, along with his later Rome Cathedral series, he achieved great success and solidified his reputation as a leading artist of the time. These works had a profound influence on Wassily Kandinsky, who would later become a pioneer of abstract painting. Huh, that's so interesting. Alright, let's look. I'll give you a full view of this wall. It's really cool. Here, let's see. Look at that. Wow. That's so beautiful. Yeah. This is so beautiful. I most times like art more because of the story behind it rather than the painting itself. Yeah, knowing the story... Well, knowing the story of Monet, knowing the story of Monet's wife and his love for her definitely made the series of painting her and his eldest son more impactful, I think. I'm glad that they have so much history about his life. Because otherwise I feel like it wouldn't have been as wouldn't have been quite as interesting. It wouldn't have been quite as impactful. This is really cool. The bottom one is the cathedral during different times of day. You can see. I really like that he puts... It's so interesting that he sat down in one place and he painted it at different times, because you'd think you'd get bored. Like, I feel like I might get bored trying to paint the same thing or trying to draw the same thing every, like, more than once, more than twice, more than, 5 times each. But he painted it. He must have been really captivated by the way that color and light played. It's so cool to see because you can tell the passion for not the subject, but the way that it looks under lighting and in different conditions. It's really cool. It's really cool. I'm going to bed. Good night, ShiroNekoNya. Good night, Confidential. You're so adorable. Hi, thank you. Sleep well, okay? Guess it's like a shading exercise. Yeah, but like at this point, he's a master of capturing it. So I think it must have been at that point, like after you become a master at the craft, it's all just passion and like wanting, not because you're trying to get better, but like wanting to portray it like on canvas. It's really cool. I feel like I'm still such a novice with my own art that it is difficult for me to get to the point where I just want to capture something. I'm still at the point where I wish I could capture things better. It's not even that I'd like to capture it, it's like that I wish I could be better. These are really beautiful as well. Here, wait. Ta-da! It looks like, again, it's like the same... Ooh. Again, it's the same, Why do you hate me? It's the same scene like 3 different times, you know? Yeah. Yeah. These ones are nice. I like these ones a lot. I love how he captures the reflection of the water there. Of the trees and the sky. Very pretty. I like, we've got like kind of different. This one looks very misty. Looks like there's like that purple mist on it. Very pretty. Oh, I've seen these ones too. Look at that one. I've seen this one before. I like this one a lot. It's so beautiful. Let's see. It says, I've once again set out to tackle the impossible. Water with the grass swaying beneath its surface. It is marvelous to look at, but trying to paint it is enough to drive one mad. Oh, but I think he captured it so beautifully. It looks like you could reach your hand into there and touch and like stroke all of the beautiful tendrils of grass, you know? It really looks like it. It looks just like how clear water looks with grass underneath it. Yeah. Sorry, died. What? I haven't died. Excuse me. This one too. This one down here is a smaller portrayal of the same thing. Of like the grass underwater. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. Let's see. These are quotes by... This first one is by Monet, I think. I'm completely absorbed in my series on the different effects of light on the haystacks. Oh, this is to that series of the haystacks that we saw at first. But the sun sets so quickly these days, I can't keep up. And yet the more I paint, the more I realize how much harder I must work to capture what I'm truly after. The fleeting moment, above all, that enveloping atmosphere, that unified light shimmering everywhere. How beautiful. His passion for capturing lighting is so pretty. Like, so cool. Yeah, it does seem more realistic. I think sometimes his art is extremely impressionistic. Some of his pieces. But a lot of it in this room especially. Only a couple of his pieces come off as like as impressionistic as that one which was the sunset over the river. That one I feel like was kind of a standout. It doesn't really look like the rest of his paintings. It's interesting that that's the one that he kind of got, ooh, I'm a rainbow. That he got known for, you know? Because I feel like it's not very indicative of the rest of his work so far. And show their perspective on how they see the world. Tell stories for past generations and experiment on what they're doing. True. Yeah. 1:53 time for bed. Good night, Konya. Good night, Anthony. Sleep well, okay? Yeah. This one is... Nymphiers. Fête de something. I can't read French. Sorry. Whoa. Here we get into the rest of the water lilies. Here, wait. Let me give you a good view of them. They're very pretty. They're very pretty. I love the water lilies the best, I think. Look at those. These are beautiful. I love that he caught this like purple here. But then you can see it's the same view probably between these two, but this is at a different time of day, so it's this like very bright blue, very saturated blue. I have to wonder, you know, there are places that really, I've seen rivers that look beautiful like this, but I wonder if it was really super accurate to the colors that he was seeing. Rare holographic Shiro? Yeah, I'm an ultra rare. I'm an ultra rare Gato card. Let's see. Okay. Here I will point you at some beautiful paintings and read the excerpt for you. Claude Monet's late life series, Water Lilies, comprises nearly 300 works. Reflection of sky and clouds on the water's surface mingle with the floating lilies themselves, blending illusion and reality into a rich, intricate pictorial space. Over time, Monet's brushwork grew increasingly bold. His focus shifted from capturing concrete forms to exploring shimmering light and the quiet depths beneath the surface. With his gaze fixed on an endless abyss, the artist continued painting water lilies until the very end of his life in 1926. That's gorgeous. I really like also the way that the people who made the VRChat world creator made the entire showroom here have the like flickering light of like refracted light through water. Very pretty. And then with the water lilies on the ground. And then in front of his first series, a little water lily lake. That's so pretty. It's such a nice touch. I think. Also, it feels very ethereal in here while I'm experiencing it. This is so pretty. Hold on, I'm gonna get a little taller so you get a better view. This one is very pretty. Look at that. Yeah, the brushstrokes are more bold here, aren't they? I feel like. Creator has very nice taste. True. Yeah. They are very... I think so. I think the creator does have really nice taste. It's definitely done with much intentionality. And, like... it feels like a lot of care went into it. I like that. I like it a lot. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just absorbing it. I really like it. It's really fascinating. I like it a lot. Yeah. This one that we just saw. Let's see, it has a small excerpt here. It says, I have become obsessed with the landscapes of water and reflection. They are beyond the strength of my aging hands, but I still hope to somehow capture what I feel. How beautiful. Yeah, these must have been big canvases too. They must have been huge. Because he did paint on really big canvases. I wonder if these are scaled to how they would be if they're like, because on the VRChat scale, I'm pretty short, I'm pretty small. I think I'm 0.73 and 1 is like a normal height. So I'm like 75% of a normal height VRChat user. 73%. So if that's true, these would be like massive in real life. Really big. Sorry we get the paparazzi out of here. Yeah. Very pretty. Okay, wait, we have here's the explanation on Gallery 4. We're gonna head into Gallery 4 now, which has, I don't know if you can see it in the back here, but there's like a lot of brighter colors. I'm excited. Let's see. In 1926, at the age of 86, Claude Monet, the painter of light, passed away. Monet's final years resonate in colors. Let's see. In his later years, he endured the loss of those dearest to him. On top of that, cataracts slowly robbed him of his sight. Eventually, his right eye went blind, and the world before him became blurred and distorted. He lived a long life for back then, though. 86? That's actually pretty good. I mean, both of my grandmas have not lived to 80, so they actually didn't even live to 70. So I think that's actually pretty good. He lived longer than some of my grandparents. In despair, Monet once laid down his brush, but driven by the vision of his final grand dream, the monumental water lilies, he took it up again and continued to paint until his last breath. What awaits in Gallery 4 is a trace of passion that kept reigning, even in the face of darkness. I'll give you a view of the ceiling. I like this a lot. It reminds me, it's mirrored on the floor as well. Again, very nice intentionality by the creator of the VRchat world. Very pretty. It's like a ripple, but in colors, to reflect maybe... I mean, I guess you can read into it what you want, but I'd say it's referencing the ripple on water. And it seems to be tuned to the music as well, which is nice. And then it has all the colors that you can see in the paintings around us. Very cool. I like that. Here, take a look at these. These are more impressionistic. These remind me more of some of his more impressionistic pieces. But also, knowing that he was going blind, perhaps the larger brushstrokes and more aggressive style was from his, like, impairment. Yeah. Yeah. 3.4 feet probably, or 2.5. Am I? Is that how the scale works? 35 centimeters? I don't think so. I'm 0.75 of 1. I don't know how VRchat scale works though, to be honest. Here, take a look over here too. These ones are really fascinating. Look at how brightly colored they are. It feels like a bit of a departure from his other works, doesn't it? It really does. It's so bright. He wrote, here, I'll read you some of the excerpts around underneath. He says, on this one, I must have flowers, always, always. This one is really beautiful. It feels much more, we had some like more realistic or more detailed paintings, but this feels really impressionistic. Up close, it hardly even looks like a flower, right? But from back here, you can totally tell that it's a pathway with lots of flowers and then flowering trees potentially that are falling down. Maybe a wisteria or something similar like a weeping willow in bloom. Beautiful. Yeah. Also, since this VRchat height scale is odd and many world creators don't follow it from what I've heard. I wonder, because this VRchat creator seems to take a lot of intentionality with everything they've done, and because they did explain the like height of everything, I have to wonder if maybe they did take scale into consideration for the paintings. I would be interested to know. Because I do know that he did really big paintings too, right? Let's see. This one is even messier. I think you can still get the general feeling of walking down a pathway full of colorful flowers, but up close, it's hardly even... You can hardly pick out any details. Isn't that crazy? That's so interesting. Let's see, it says, this painting depicts the rose-covered path leading to Monet's house in Giverny. Liberated from the constraints of reality, color resonates across the canvas like music, each stroke infused with the artist's every gesture, very gesture. It is a work of overwhelming power, one that draws the viewer in with quiet intensity and emotional force. Yeah. I think it's interesting. These ones feel more impressionistic also. They seem to lack a lot of the subtlety of light that he focused on at first. Now it's like color and form. Yeah. This world seems detailed. It is very detailed. I'm very impressed. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a passion project or if like an actual museum like funded this. Or if it's just some guy who was like really interested in art history. I'd love to know. I'll go back to the beginning and see if they write anything about everything. And then this one, I think is the most, out of these three, it's the most like impressionistic of all. When you get up close, look at it, it's just squiggles. But then far away, look at that. It still gives the same feeling, but it's a totally different attack of color. Let's see. In Monet's late works, fiery and impassioned brushstrokes surge across the canvas, like swirling threads of yarn tangled in intricate layers. Light and color melt into one another, composing a vast symphony on the surface, an artistic vision that seems to foreshadow the abstract painting of the 20th century. Oh, yeah! We read earlier that one of Monet's, like, friends or, like, peers was very inspired by Monet and ended up creating abstract paintings later. Like, he was the founder of them. Intensity, yeah. It's a good word. Feels like he was overwhelmed by the colors. Yeah. It's like he said, fuck realism. I'll just do whatever I want. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Very overwhelming feeling. Yeah, this one is very overwhelming. I'm glad that I came to this world with you guys because I feel like I wouldn't have put as much thought into every painting if I didn't have someone here to talk about it and vocalize how I think. How I feel. Let's see. All right, we have a little bit of art critique that was given. Let's see. Monet is nothing more than an eye, but what a marvelous eye it is. So Cézanne praised the painter whose eyesight gradually declined from around 1908. In 1912, Monet was diagnosed with cataracts, yet he refused surgery for over a decade, until 1923 at the age of 82, by which time he had lost sight in his right eye and could see only about 10% with his left. After the operation, he began wearing tinted glasses, but his color perception never fully returned. He described seeing the world at times flooded with yellow, and at other times dominated by blue. And still, Monet never put down his brush. He continued to pursue light and color, striving toward the very limits of painting. That's so interesting. I didn't know cataracts could affect your color perception. My great-grandma, who is still alive, my great-grandma, she had cataracts and she had them removed. I'll have to ask her I don't know if it had progressed that far, you know, but I'll ask her if she has any differences in her sight after. Maybe I'll tell you what she said. I should call her. Refusing surgery back then is valid. True. I'll be honest, I don't understand art, well, abstract art. I think that's really fair. Monet's earlier works were much easier to understand, but these later ones, when you couldn't see as well, do feel much more abstract too. Let's see. He says, there's one of his quotes down here. I don't think I'll ever regain the eye I once had as a painter, just as a singer who has lost their voice must retire. Perhaps a painter who has undergone cataract surgery should also lay down the brush, and yet I find myself utterly unable to do so. That is so interesting. He was so passionate. Now we have more. Oh, so this would be after his cataract surgery, I'm assuming. Some of these are more abstract than others. But here, at the very side here, he starts painting a bridge, and I can see a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more paintings, so, of that bridge. Let's see what it says here. Let's see. In his final years, Monet continued working on his water lily series, even as the weight of profound personal loss cast a shadow over his heart. He bid farewell to the poet Stéphane Mallarmé and the critic Octave Mirbeau, and in 1919 his dear friend Renoir also passed away. One by one, the companions who had walked with him through life disappeared. What a lonely end this is for me. These words, written by Monet, are filled with the quiet depth of his solitude. On February 9th, 1914, he also lost his beloved eldest son, Jean, who died at the age of 46. Oh, so early. How cruel the end of life is. I am truly unhappy. Ugh. Yeah. Vibe. I would be unhappy too, bro. Let's see. In his later years, even as cataracts clouded his vision, Monet continued to paint his beloved home through the rose-filled garden. Bathed in golden light, the house appears in the upper left of the canvas, shimmering with warmth and memory. Bold brushstrokes blur the contours of form, dissolving the boundary between reality and dream. Oh! We've seen this exact view of these two paintings. The woman in the rose bush, for example, I would assume, was in the same place here. It is much more abstract. Yeah. Can you read Japanese? I can't. No, I can only read English. I only know very, very basic Japanese. I can read some hiragana. Yeah, it's like Beethoven going deaf, or true. That's true. I forgot Beethoven went deaf. Yeah. When art is your profession, it's hard to profess yourself as anything else. True. He was obviously extremely passionate. It's so incredible because I feel like so few people have this level of an intensity of passion. You know, it's so intense and passionate that he spent his entire life doing just one thing. I think, you know, sometimes I think of myself as passionate, but I don't, like, I'm very passionate about music and VTubing, about content creation, but like, I don't know, even seeing this level of passion is very humbling because I feel like, you know, someday, would I still have this level of passion for content creation when I'm 60? When I'm 70? When I'm old? when everyone else around me is old? You know? I don't know. That's such a big question. But he did. He had a really big passion. So big that he held on to it for his whole life. Yeah. It's abstract, but it still has order, yeah. Yeah. The Impressionism feels a little more firm in some of his earlier work. It feels easier to understand, I'd say. To me, I guess maybe I don't know the tenets of abstract art. I know that generally for like different modes of art, it's like there are rules, right? So I don't know if this is abstract, but to me it feels, as a casual viewer, it feels more abstract than his earlier works. And it looks like, I'm looking behind you guys now, but it feels more abstract than the artwork we're going to see of the bridge and the water lilies. Yeah. Yeah. Abstract art is beautiful when it reveals invisible realities through form and order, pleasing the mind by making the unseen intelligible. Yeah. I don't know. I've never enjoyed abstract art that much, but maybe I'll find another art museum or like art gallery that'll show me abstract art. And maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll learn to grow taste for it. And then this is the same view, I think. Yeah. This is the same view. But probably during a different season or time of day. And then this one is the same view again, but like a totally different vibe. Maybe this is what it looked like to him when he talked about having his vision filled with yellow because of the cataract surgery. Yeah. Happy time zone! It's not so late for me. Is it late where you are? What time is it for you? Yeah, this is very chaotic compared to his earlier work. Is the only reason this dude did abstract art is because he was going blind, right? I think so. Well, I mean, here, let's go back to some of his early works before he was going blind, which are like these. Right? You can clearly tell what these are. You can clearly tell what the art here is. It's the water lilies. And his earlier art is even more detailed, I think. Here, with the water, I feel like there are some artistic measures being taken with how it's interpreted, but like with his figure portraits as well, or his portraits as well, I feel like they were more detailed. But then we get over here after he was mostly blind, and you get a totally different vibe, as you can see. Yeah. I think it's interesting following someone's his entire life of art. You can see how he grew and like what he valued, what mattered to him. And also you can now see like how he changed after his eyes were no longer working as well. Yeah. 20 a.m. for me? Wow! You guys have the same time zone, 1 a.m. Go to sleep. Catch me tomorrow. I stream earlier. Where do I, let's see. If I stream at 1 a.m. for you, I stream 8 hours before that. So it'd be like, ooh, 12 minus 7. Ooh, what's 12 minus 7? 5 p.m.? Around dinner time for you, probably? 6 a.m. Oh my gosh, where are you? 6 a.m.? It's the you're at the other end of the world. It's like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. for me? Oh, you're at the actual opposite end of the world. Where are you? Are you in Australia? 2:14 p.m. here in Australia. Oh no, you're not 2:4. What, Gluey? Where are you from? If it's 2 p.m. in Australia, where are you? The Philippines, maybe? 5:29, 2025 for me. What? You liar. I had to check the date. Let's see. Monet's practice arose directly from the connection between his eye and the brush. He never claimed to formulate a theory of painting. He was a painter by nature. And it was this deeper calling that irresistibly drove his gaze ever inward, toward the very heart of things, until he reached visions no one had ever captured before. Very beautiful. I like these. As much as they are very abstract, I actually really like these because we saw at the very beginning how he captured the fine details, but now he's capturing kind of like how the kids say, a vibe. Now he's capturing the vibe and like the essence of what he couldn't see before, or what he can't see now but he could see before. So I wonder how much is what he's actually seeing is influencing his painting here versus what he remembers of it too. Yeah. I wonder what he would say to that, if he could answer that question. But now we get something much more detailed again. Maybe after the surgery? After experiencing the loss of loved ones and the gradual loss of his eyesight due to cataracts, Monet seemed for a time to put down his brush. Yet when he picked it up again and began to move forward, he turned his attention to an ambitious new challenge, the vast canvases that would become his monumental water lilies. The grand vision of an immersive decorative cycle, water lilies covering entire walls, drove him to create one of the most daring piece series of his career. On November 12, 1918, the day after the armistice that ended World War I, Monet offered to donate the water lilies to the French state. Addressing his friend and then Prime Minister. His friend was the Prime Minister? Yo, this guy. What? Prime Minister George Clemenceau, he expressed his wish. The project would ultimately result in a set of murals measuring 2 meters in height and stretching 91 meters in total length. That's crazy! What? 91 meters? What? Well, I feel like we're not seeing that here. Well, I want to see that. I'm gonna have to look that up. This is yeah. Maybe it's how he's seeing the world since it's going blind. I think so. I think it probably would be, right? That he is, this is how he's seeing the world to an extent while he's going blind. Yeah. Denmark! You're in Denmark. Whoa! I didn't realize the time was so different in Denmark. Are you in the future or the past? Yeah. Virgin Forest. Dude, that's connections, right? That's a lot of meters, right? 90! What did it say? 91! That's way too many meters. Let's see. This is... I've seen this one before. Monet depicted his water garden using the water lily pond and the Japanese bridge that spans it as his motif. I like this one a lot. It's so beautiful. It feels so gorgeous. It makes me want to go to a Japanese garden. Yeah. And then here, I'll let you kind of take a look down. Those are all the same picture, but at different times of day. And probably different seasons as well. And varying levels of detail. This one is This one is so abstract. The brush strokes are extremely like, it hardly looks like the same photo, but you can tell that it's roughly the same picture, right? That's a lot of Shiros long. 90 meters is a lot of cats, even when stretching, right? Yeah. You're going to sleep now. Good night, Alt F4. Have a good sleep, okay? Yeah. We're almost done with the exhibition, by the way, guys. We're getting close to the end, I think. Yeah. Makes me want to visit Savvy and see what he thinks of me with my face. Even stretched all the way out. That's at least 40 Shiros or something. I don't know. 90 meters if I'm 5 feet. 90 meters is... I don't know. 90 times 3 is... 180? No, sorry. 270, right? 3 times 9? Yeah, 270 feet divided by 5. 50? A little more than 50 of me? More than 50. 275 divided by 5. Wait, 270? 270 divided by 5 would be 35 plus 200 divided by 5 would be 20 times 2. So 40 plus 35, 75. Ooh, that math might be really bad. Wait, is that right? Okay, wait, 270, so 200 divided by 5 would be 40, right? Because 100 divided by 5 is 20, so that's 20 times 2, that's 40. 70 divided by 5 is 35. So 35 plus 40 is 75. 75 Shiros. Somebody! Fact check! Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare your eyes with jump scare math stream. Math stream, I'm mathing right now. Cat math. 75 Shiros? Roughly? Yep, you got it. Yeah! That's right. I'm a math genius. Mathematical cat genius. Yeah, 75 maths. Good job. Thank you. I like this one. Oh. Oh, there we go. I like this one a lot. It's more impressionistic again than the first one we saw, but I like the way you can still distinctly tell that it feels like a bridge covered in vines this time. Let's see. And a quote by Monet underneath it says, "I'm painting with all of my strength. Before I can no longer see, I want to capture everything." That's so interesting. He was so driven. Yeah. 75 divided by 5 is 35. Wait, that could be wrong. 75 divided by 5 is 35. Is this? No, wait, that can't be right. 7 divided by 5. 70 divided by 5 is, Oh, I don't actually know what 70 divided by 5 is. Ooh, 60 divided by 5 would be 30. 70 divided by 5 is 35, sorry. Oh, no, not 75 divided by 5, it's 70 divided by 5. Super Spoon, have a good rest of your night, okay? Sleep well, alright? No, it's 70. 70 divided by 5, because, 90 meters is about 270 feet, roughly. It's 15. Is it 15? I don't actually... Am I doubling it? 70 divided by 5 is 15? Not 30? 30... Oh, no, 30 times 2 is 60. 30 divided by 5 is 6. 6 times 2... You're right, I think it says 15. I'm thoroughly confused myself, guys. Where's my calculator? Alright, anyway. Wait, somebody said I did it right, though! Did I not? Where is it? How close am I? Rather than one. True, or this beautiful music. Alright. Now we get another the same. And then here at the very end are the series of 3 in the brighter colors. These are very interesting. The very last one is so impressionistic. You can hardly tell from close up that it hardly looks like anything close up, but then further away, you can just barely make out that it's the same painting again. Yeah. How fascinating. Let's see, what have we got? It says, another quote by Monet. How difficult it is to paint. I don't have much longer to live, so I must devote all the time I have left to painting. I can only hope that in the end, I'll manage to create something truly good, something that will satisfy me. Claude Monet, letter to Bernheim, June, August 3rd, 1925. Shiro is 0.75 of that, 51 inches, 70 Shiros? Good job. Wait, no, I'm 5 feet. No, I'm 5 feet. I have a cannon height. I'm 5 feet tall. And then this is the very last painting he made. Claude Monet passed away. Let's see. Claude Monet passed away at noon on December 5th, 1926, at the age of 86, in the bedroom of his home in Giverny. And this is a painting titled Les Roses. The Roses. Wow. That's so interesting. The final painting that he made. And this one seems to be the most simple out of all of the ones we've seen so far. Almost. Another quote by Monet was, I would like to paint the way a bird sings. Shiro is 40 centimeters. Is that how many 5 feet is? Am I gonna get one guide again, but this time by you? What? Let's see. I'll give you a view of the paintings in the background while I read out this last excerpt. The monumental decorative cycle that Monet envisioned over the course of his life was installed in the Musée de l'Orangerie about 6 months after his death. However, by that time, new artistic movements such as Cubism were gaining prominence, and Monet, once a leading figure in the Impressionist movement, was increasingly seen as outdated. The installation took place under lighting so poor that candles were reportedly needed. Oh gosh. And some of the exhibition rooms were even repurposed as storage spaces. In the wake of his passing and the unfortunate early reception of the Orangerie installation, let's see, Monet was treated as though he had been buried a second time. Yet, in the 1950s, as abstract impressionist painters rose to prominence in the United States, Monet was rediscovered, especially for the qualities found in his late works. The long-forgotten water lily series began to shine once more. Today, Monet's paintings are beloved across the globe. His gaze and brushwork continue to captivate the hearts of viewers, transcending time and cultural boundaries. That is so fascinating. I feel like I've learned an actually incredible history lesson. Closing. Alright, and this seems like a note from the world creator. Thank you very much for visiting. We sincerely hope that this world has conveyed even a small part of the beauty and fascination for Claude Monet's work. The creation of this world would not have been possible without the invaluable support of numerous assets and reference materials. We send our heartfelt thanks. A list of the assets and references used can be viewed via the switcher on your right. And a final quote here from Louis Gillette. Weep now, O water lilies, the master who came to seek you upon the waves, and reflections of sky and water in the eternal dream of life is no longer here. Aww. That was really beautiful. I think. That was really, truly beautiful. I feel really good. 6'3". That's big. You're tall. No flash photography? Wait, what? You sipping? That's beautiful. This was really gorgeous. I'm very happy that we did this. I feel extremely satisfied with what we've done today. Yeah. It's really, really fascinating. Wow. What do you guys think? Did you like it? I liked it. This was fun. It's like a real museum date. I liked it a lot. I liked that a lot. I love the world. I love the paintings. I liked that I learned history. I liked that I got to absorb some insight into somebody's life who had a great amount of passion for his work. I think that that is very fascinating. So, yeah, I really like that. Let's see. I'd like to see if maybe we get any information from the world creator. I think all we really have is this original, like, beginning part here. Telling you, like, thanks for visiting. I'd love to know more about the world creator and, like, what, like, made them want to create this, you know? Or, like, do they just have a real passion for it? Or was it something else? Yeah. Yeah, next time I want to go to an ice cream monster truck convention. Alright, if there's a VRchat world or ice cream monster truck convention, I'll go there. Your grandma used to take you to museums and art galleries like this? Really? That's so cool. That's actually really neat. I think that's really cool. I wish. Wait, was there like a scale? Wait, hold on. Whoa. Oh, there's a collider so you can make everything taller. I didn't even see that at first. I could have avoided. I could have avoided a lot of problems like that. I didn't realize. I didn't realize there was a collider you could walk on. Well, that's really nice. There's some really nice quality of life in here. Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's interesting. Were we above the clouds? For the aesthetic, probably. Yeah. It's a cool relief from sharing. Art was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. This was very fun. I really enjoyed this. This is such a cool asset, too. It deserves... I saw that there were 13 people in the world, like, using the same world somewhere else. So I wonder if there are people who are, like, choosing to go and learn about art with VRchat, or if it's more just, like, a pretty place to talk to your friends and chat. I feel like most people who would go here probably would go here for specifically to either enjoy the art pieces or something like that. Let's see. But how? It's called VRchat. It's called VRchat. Yeah, it was really interesting seeing all the old things in art. Yeah. My mom was a big history buff, but, like, you know, we were pretty poor, so we didn't go to a lot of places unless it was free. Some places are, but usually it's like we also lived too rural to see any, like, art museums. It was mostly, like, natural history museums and stuff like that. Or, like, you know, history of the town of, like, little town out in the middle of nowhere. So it was free because nobody cared. Sometimes we lived in some areas that were on, like, the Oregon Trail, so I learned a lot about that as a kid. Yeah, stuff like that. Be our date spot. I mean, that's what I'm using it for. we just did an art gallery date, like very fancy. Like very fancy couples. We're so fancy. We go to art museum for our date. Ooh. Yeah. That was really cool though. I liked it. I like the music choice. I like the atmosphere. I like the little touches they put on each part. Really fascinating stuff too. I like that they added all the history. It must have taken a lot of dedication to get all of the history in here too, which I really enjoy and appreciate. And it's also translated in both Japanese and English, which is really cool. So, yeah. I like it. I really liked it. Thank you for coming here today with me. With VR World, you can visit very interesting places. You super can. Hello, welcome in. Hi. But, yeah. Tomorrow I'm doing Zatsu. I know that this is kind of similar, but I picked out another cool VRchat world to hang out in and do a Zatsu. So we can just chat tomorrow. Not about Monet unless you want to. But yeah. So, I'm gonna head off for the night. Thank you so much for coming on this art gallery day. I feel like I learned a lot, and also I feel like I am very fancy now. All I need is like a glass of champagne, you know, and maybe some hors d'oeuvres. Yeah. Good day. I gotta bed now. Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming with me today. I really do appreciate it. And I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thank you. Again. I just feel really good. I would do this again. Yo, guys, you want to do this again sometime? Yo, what? So can I get your number and maybe see you again sometime? What do you think? Hey, mind if I text you later? Alright. I'm really going now. Let's see. Good night. I love you. Mwah.